Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to our first look at a climbing simulator known only as Climber Sky is the Limit. We can climb K2 and even Mount Everest in this game, coming soon to Steam, but today we can try it out as a demo. So if you want to try it out, make sure you just simply search for Climber Sky is the Limit and add it to your wish list if you want to get this one when it comes out soon. Of course, many dangerous aspects to deal with when climbing a mountain. Not only the weather and the wind and of course the ice and the snow, but also things that need to be considered, such as weight distribution in your backpack and the equipment that you bring, as well as who will sponsor the expedition. So it's much more than just climb mountain, go to peak. There's a lot to this one, and I'm really excited to see this and many other extreme outdoor adventure games and also urban adventure games coming from Steam very soon. Thanks again, guys, for helping me to reach the summit and eventually the peak of 1 million subscribers. So welcome aboard. About 80% of the people who've been watching lately watch about 2 or 3 times and haven't yet subscribed. So if you're one of those people, make sure you smash that subscribe button and of course turn on the notification bell. And thank you very much for liking today's video too, all free of course, as we celebrate gaming. And there's an event on Steam that you should definitely be a part of, and mini events for free demos all the time. Let's go ahead and get this one started then as we kick off our first look at Climber Sky is the Limit. We're going to go ahead and take a look here at the 8,000 meter ascent of Tutorial Mountain, but as you can see, we can make our way all the way down to K2 and eventually Mount Everest down here, and that's going to be very challenging and very dangerous. We have other things to consider here, including money and XP that will earn from climbing these mountains, and fame that'll allow us to buy more things and get different types of contracts. So we'll go ahead and start at Tutorial Mountain and move our way to our first contract. So we need to climb the 8,000 meter Tutorial Mountain, I guess, located in Nepal, but this is just probably made up to train us in the art of climbing. We have to make our way here from the base camp all the way to the peak, which is up here at number 6 where the red triangle is. So we've got a long, dangerous trek, mostly starting around area 3, where then eventually we will make our final climb to the very top of the mountain. You can see here that we need to bring ourselves some ladders and ice screws, ropes, and something called chests, energy bars, and trousers too, and we'll have to start at the base camp down here at A and then make ourselves to B, where a flat rock ledge will prove to be very dangerous and well, might be a good spot for a camp too. It looks like there's a large ice wall right before it. We'll have to choose ourselves a sponsor. So our tutorial mission today will be sponsored by a group called Condor. We'll have to reach the summit, the first expedition where we'll learn how to climb 8,000ers, which I assume means meters then. I don't know if a lot of these are either mistranslations or technical terms that are used in mountain climbing that have been around for hundreds of years, but we'll just go ahead and proceed to our shop, where then we have to buy the required items at the bottom. You can see all the different things we can have climbing with us, or that we'll have to bring in the climb in the back of our pack then. We have ourselves different tents, gas stoves, different types of energy bars, pickets, different types of boots and headlamps, and gloves and boots and other types of things for safety and of course for warmth too, or comfort, like down sleeping bags and sleeping mats, etc., etc. Well, according to this, we'll need ourselves a ladder, an ice screw, ropes, chests, bars, and trousers, and it looks like we'll need 2 of the ice screws and ropes and 4 of the bars, so we'll make sure we bring those too. So let's go ahead and throw those into the storage, aka our shopping cart, until we buy those. Looks like the hook is used for fixing a safety rope, and the ice screws are for getting across icy peaks or slopes or whatnot. So we'll go ahead and go with those 2. We'll go with 2 more ropes that should accompany those screws. We'll go with the basic jacket as they... Oh, actually, that's... Oh, okay, that's a mistranslation. This is... Oh, I guess this is chest protection, which in this case will be a basic jacket. And... Oh, okay, there's also a padded one, too. So different levels of quality. And again, this is just a demo of a game that's not out yet, so there's probably going to be more items added soon, like the ice axe there. I'm sure we can buy more than one at a time, but there we go with our energy bars. That's the only food we have. Interesting. Well, it'll give us the pure protein and calories and other things to survive. You can see there that it just gives us, mental condition, stamina. So it's a little bit like The Long Dark, for example, which is a fantastic winter survival game too, with a little bit of mountain climbing in it, and I would definitely highly recommend that game. Well, let's go ahead and go to next then and take a look at what we'll need to dress with. So, yep, looks like we'll just go ahead and apply the basic jacket, and it looks like basic trousers. No specialty boots needed, so it'll be basic boots, but it doesn't add extra parameters. So we have clothing, it's just these are for extra bonuses, I suppose, for extra warmth or protection against the elements, or possibly walking on ice. Well, now we have to pack the backpack. Interesting. So we need to bring all of these things along. So you can see if we pack everything to, let's say, the left side of the backpack, it'll actually be too heavy to one side. You can see here where 54% of the weight is distributed to the lower body and to the, well, I guess it'll be, if we were looking at this person from behind, then this would all be on the left side here. Yeah, so we're looking as if the pack is facing the person, and this is where we would unpack things. Pretty interesting that all of these things need to be considered. 83% of the weight could be up top. So if we do this, it could definitely affect their mental condition if it affects their stamina, if that becomes low. So we need to make sure we pack things in kind of somewhat of an organized way. We can also sort things. I wonder if we can actually have multiple climbers, but it does look like we'll be able to bring entertainment, clothes, camping equipment, food, and more climbing equipment too. We'll try to get this as centered as possible. Might be a good idea to try to somewhat balance it, but sometimes it's a good idea to put heavier items, I believe, up here, and I've seen some documentation on it before, but this game might not cover it fully, you know, accurately or whatnot, but we'll try to evenly distribute things just to see how it changes in the game and also how it changes on the meter here. So we'll try to get as close as we can. 31% is not too bad on either side, and 24 at the top's not too bad either. 36 a little bit to that side as we try to even things out a little bit. Stuff will move in our pack, so it's not like it's perfect, you know, in real life, but I think you get the point of that, just for demonstration purposes. Hence, it's a demo. Let's go on to our next task then. All right, so we are at our starting camp here, where that's where we're going to start our climb. The first difficulties then, and the first attempt at climbing stones here at area number 1. 2 is a steep slope. 3 is an extremely icy and steep wall. And then an area for us to begin possibly climbing. Vertical wall requiring the use of climbing techniques. Yes, indeed. Area 5, which will then be for ice shelf with possible gaps. So we'll need to be careful. And then finally, ice climbing. So that gives you a reason for bringing another ice screw. Okay, we have 620 bucks remaining from our sponsor, so I guess our prestige and how well we do will affect who will sponsor us, which then will affect our money. So that'll be an interesting thing to take into account in the future. Well, here we go. We see what the weather will be like throughout the day at the very top. It'll be 2 below pretty much throughout the whole day until nighttime, where it drops to 0 and then back to -3 Celsius and 5 then after that. We see a lot of different things, including our stamina, mental health, food, warmth, and our current elevation. And, of course, we start somewhere where we really can't, you know, go back down. There's no retreat, no going back from here on out. And we can see our camp. All right, route stages. The triangular icon with distance changing in relation to the player are the route stages. Right, so we'll go ahead and start moving towards those. We see a few different little camps here. Nicely detailed stuff. O2 tanks and different types of tents and climbing equipment. And I don't know if other people are coming with us. I see 4 marks on the right, 5 marks on the right side, but I'm not exactly sure if this is going to be multiplayer or if there's a way where we can manage a whole crew. Although I would assume so, if there's going to be multiple pieces of equipment that might need to be brought. It would be quite a lot for somebody to bring a ladder, climbing picks, maybe ropes, and then also a tent and extra food, and then perhaps another piece of equipment. So it could be quite busy work. Alright, climbing stones. Simply just press space to climb the stone. Makes sense. There we go. And we can climb right up over there to the other side. So we're going to try to be careful here. There we go. Although I'm pretty sure we can make drops that far. We can balance ourselves with E and... Oh no, that guy fell right off the cliff. Oh no. E and Q to balance ourselves. Yeah, I'm pretty sure our character will be more than able to make a drop about that height without taking damage. Wow, it looks beautiful out here though. One thing I would like to see is some more snow and such whipping up, but honestly everything's, as you can see, completely frozen. Now, let's see if we can walk across here, if it'll make us slip or whatnot. That doesn't seem to be water, but it certainly looks like it. We'll have to watch out for icy surfaces though. Survival actions. Alright, so those are different things like walking and jumping. So every step we take is incredibly important. Again, I'm just goofing around for demonstration purposes and to learn, but in a situation like this, every move would have to be calculated and planned out, so that way, of course, we didn't fall and we maximize the use of our energy. Alright, here's the ice wall we've got to climb. It's a little too early to break out some of that equipment, but we can try to get up here while balancing. Oh, this is going to be challenging. Ah, there we go. We got it. Perfect. We can't go up there just yet, but we can circle around this way. And you can see how high up we are, with lots of mountains around. And there's where we started down there. Hi, everyone. Good. Oh, that's all the people down there who didn't click the like button or subscribe. They're so far away. I wish they'd come up here and join us. It's nice. Okay, let's go and jump on this side. Oh, yeah, we were waving, I guess, apparently. Alright, let's continue our climb. Very good. So we just need to be cautious. Climbing section's coming up next. Very good. And climbing some more. Ooh. This is getting interesting. Wow, there you go. We're going to have to climb that up there eventually. Oh, man. That looks treacherous. And it looks like a very slippery spot just before that. That's got to be the peak of this mountain. Jeez, alright. 8,000 meters, I'm assuming that's above sea level and not necessarily just like the distance that we have to climb from base camp to the top. Oh, Q&E to balance again. There we go. Perfect. Looks like there's a status effect on the left side and many things that we'll need to keep track of. Climbing. Against the rock, press F, and then points will appear on the wall. Oh. We actually have to climb the mountain now. Oh, crazy. Okay. So this is a third-person climbing session. The use of the backpack may be blocked when the character is in a dangerous area. Okay. So we won't be able to pull anything out of the backpack, but we can plan out our moves, and they'll affect us a little bit. So we better make some big strides here. Well, that's cool. Actual rock climbing. That's really nice. No safety equipment or anything being used. But in some situations, you're not going to use them. This would be one I think might be a good idea to have something set up, though. But the question is, where would you put that? We haven't backed ourselves into a corner here. It looks like the side that we're going on is quite safe. Continue to make some big strides here. So this would be the situation where our energy, depending on the distance that we're climbing, and also the big, the amount of equipment that we have, the weight, and the big gaps between our steps and whatnot, really takes a lot out of you. Looks like we do have a chance to go to the right. Left would be dangerous, and it would be a little bit more dangerous to go to a safe area there. So let's go ahead and risk it on the right side. We'll try to scoot over a little bit there. I don't think we can actually... Oh, we're going to have to take a risk. Let's see what happens. Okay. Well, not too bad. Excellent. So F to stop climbing, which means we must have made it to the top. Perfect. Very nice. So yeah, you can see all of our stats in the upper left then. Although I have a little bit more to learn about them. Oh, are we going to run and jump? Uh-oh. That's a little bit too much of a gap. Open your inventory. Oh, yeah. To get to I, to drag the ladder icon into place. So we're going to use this as a bridge. Well, let's grab our ladder. And right there, right there it goes. And we should be able to place it between the gaps just like that. Ooh, that was quick. And we'll pick that back up. Nice. Very good. Okay, our backpack is uneven again. We should put that back in our... There we go. Back in our backpack if we can. Oh, wow, we can even it out here as well. Try to put that... I'm assuming this is center of mass here near our hips, or at least the area where we can mitigate the weight better. Looks like there are 3 types of items to attach a rope to: rocks, ice, and snow. We can use a hook, an ice screw, or a picket. And oh, yeah, okay. So a picket then would basically work like a lever with the weight of the snow around it to stop it from moving. A hook would then go into the rocks, or a screw into the ice. Okay. Well, we've got ourselves a mix of ice and rocks here. Ooh, don't like looking at that. Let's go ahead and try to plop one of these into our inventory. Oh, actually one. Yeah, okay. So it looks like we can use multiple slots. So let's go ahead and see if we can get up here to make a way we can crouch or go slow. Some sections of the route may be covered with ice. Entering such an area makes it difficult to move and adds an ice effect. The ice effect reduces the maximum gradient of a slope that can be navigated without sliding from 60 to 30 degrees. It's recommended to use rigging. Okay. Boy, so we probably should go down here to get our footing. And we could move across this area. Uh-oh. Getting tuckered out. Well, we didn't bring a tent, so I'm not sure exactly how far we have to go, but it is a tutorial, so there might be some lenience here. Okay, so we definitely want to place a hook here. There we go. And let's attach our rope to it. And it looks like we can go about 50 meters. Careful now. Oh wow, it actually keeps track of the rope too. That's very nice. Good detail. A lot of games just kind of let that go. The value of failure. Value of stamina parameter is dropped to 0. You're moved back to the last waypoint. Okay, so we need to somehow manage our stamina better, though I guess that would be managed by the bars. So let's see if we can throw one of those into the... Oh, there we go. Ah, perfect. So there's our risk there, and then there's stamina. So the worst thing that would happen is we go back to a previous checkpoint where we then have to do it again. But luckily, in this case, we've already attached our rigging, and if we fall, we'll be saved by the rope there, which probably isn't ideal. But that's what we'll have to do then when stamina is low. It looks like it'll also affect our food and possibly a little bit of our mental health too. Picking up items. Press F to collect the items back into your inventory. Well, we can only take the rope with us. But I guess that's when we go back down, if and when. Or we could just take this off like this. I don't know how we could be attached to the rope still, even though it's in our backpack. But the F isn't working. Maybe we could try this. And that doesn't work either. Well, let's see what happens if we reach the maximum. Perhaps it'll ask us if we'd like to detach or something. Okay. So yes, indeed. Imagine that. The energy bar actually giving you energy, giving you stamina. I wouldn't want to go back to pick up that rigging, so there must be a way to detach that. Ice axe climbing. Go to the wall and press F. Oh, that's interesting because I don't think we brought an ice axe with us. To start climbing, to move on the wall, use WDA. The path difficulty is marked in color. Red is difficult areas, mean high action cost. Okay. So green is simple areas. So that may have been what cost us some more stamina before. So you can definitely go through red areas, but they are risky. And man, oh man, is that a big-ass... That is a big-ass mountain, man. Okay, let's see if we can go any further. We are almost at our rope's maximum here at 45 meters. So let's see if we can maybe bypass that. Facilitating the climbing route. Use the left mouse button to hit a rock with the ice axe. Each rock hit facilitates the route. Use a balance between climbing difficult areas and taking the time to ease the route. Right, so I'm assuming the areas in red are probably the ones that are shorter in most cases. Oh, I guess we fell down. Just standing here. I wasn't ready there, my friend. Let's try to... I guess we have to start here. I wanted to go left, but we'll start here and then work our way left. So let's try just climbing over here. That's pretty easy. Oh my god. Whoa, okay. That scared the hell out of me. I thought we were going down. I don't know if that has any sort of effect. Stamina's down to 45%. Oh boy, I feel like I need to use a... Wow. I feel like I need to use a ice screw here. But this is a good way around here. Hey, we did it! Press F to end the expedition. Very nice. So I guess we're not high enough to need oxygen. And night is approaching, so there are giant climbs that will take multiple days and or possibly a week with lots of supplies that could be consumed too. Crazy. Wow, well, let's end the expedition then. It's beautiful up here to know that we did it pretty well. New record, 16 minutes. Well, we certainly took our time, and we got prestige and cash for that, so that's good. But that was a good feeling. All right, well, now we can move to Manaslu, which is just about 156 meters taller than the tutorial, with Mount Everest being very, not very much further in height. Well, it is a little bit, 700 meters, which is a lot, but, you know, it's not like we're going from 5 to 12. It's 8156 to 8850. Not available in the demo, so let's see what the demo will cover. Oh, so it looks like the tutorial mountain and then Manaslu being the two that it'll cover then. So let's check this out. Let's go to the next one on this one. Camp 1 down here at the bottom. We're going to start by a simple and safe route. Looks like there might be some ice passages here. Man, it looks like after Area 3 it gets real dangerous. A lot of big boulders all the way up to an ice wall. Looks like they're at 4. Yep, steep slope, often very icy. Then up to another climb and another climb, and there we go. And it looks like it's, wow, there we go. Some big equipment now. We've got ourselves a tent, a ladder, some soap to, soap. Some soup to be brought along, so that means we'll be staying overnight, and it'll be a good idea to eat that in the tent, heat that up with the stove, and bring a pot along as well. Very interesting that it's kind of more of a, it almost looks like astronaut equipment, and it's more than likely because of that high altitude. Sleeping mat, sleeping bag, rope, and of course the same things that we brought before. We're being sponsored by Truck now, so we got to reach the summit in 3 days. Peak, summit, whatever you may call it. I always think of the summit as kind of like the, you know, the before the top of the mountain. But regardless, let's continue. It looks like they want us to bring, ooh, a headlamp, so that's some nighttime play. Let's bring that along. Let's go with the tent and the ladder. We then want 2 soup. Standard soup package, okay. We're also bringing the campfire along, the gas stove, the small pot, the sleeping mat. Then we want the down sleeping bag, 2 ropes. And then we want 2 ice screws. Oh, it looks like it automatically puts it in the slots for us too. Grab ourselves a jacket, some trousers too. Looks like we forgot that. There we go. We'll put those on before we go. And 5 energy bars. So interestingly enough, the energy bars, I imagine they're like a potion in an RPG or something. You know, like a med pack, right? If you think of your stats as all like different varying degrees of health, then obviously it's like whenever any of those get low, that's when you apply that in order to replenish the stat. Looks like we're not bringing a helmet, but we certainly are bringing a headlamp. Decent lighting power. I wonder if we'll have to worry about that too. So again, on the right side, we have body temperature, food, mental condition, and stamina to consider, as well as the risk when we're climbing. Many things to consider. Now, packing, dude. This is interesting, by the way. I never thought we would do that, but as in, like, worry about that too much. But there you go. 50-50 on either side. So let's go ahead and pack those together. Let's see if we can... Is there a way to hold control and do this? Or shift? Or right-click? Oh, right-click will do. Okay. I enjoy clicking and dragging, especially when there's snapping noises, but this has it when we actually put it in place. Wonder if there's a way to optimize. These are pretty close, though. That's actually pretty good. 35, 35, and 29, with it being somewhat mostly in the center. I may be wrong about that, but those of you who are experts, especially those in the military and or mountain corps, or anybody who have done any sort of climbing before, or really a lot of time in the woods, i.e. hiking and whatnot over multiple trips of days, you'll know. Alright, so we've got to go to 8156, which is in Nepal again. The difficulty is 2. And we have 3 areas to get to then. Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie, and then finally the very top of the summit. Summit road, moderately difficult in good weather, leading to high exposure. Oh boy. We'll have to stay warm then. Let's start our expedition. Oh, and there we go. So I see multiple people. They're seemingly bringing barrels along, maybe to slide them up the side, or if that's just decorations for the camp. I don't know if you transport your stuff that way. It seems like somewhat of a bad idea, and a big drag, literally. Can we go inside the tents? Oh, that's cool. So we got all of our equipment here. Oh, there you go. So there's some of the different mountains there. Part of the same range to Mount Everest. So I wonder if we can actually see Mount Everest from here, if that's a picture of what's facing this way. But our destination is this way. They want us to use items and such. We don't need to just yet. Oh, this is great, though. All the decorative flags and such that you see that are tradition for Nepal. Looks like we'll need to worry about the weather, too. A lot of great details here in this tutorial. Again, we're just speeding through things for today's video. But again, when you give this a try, when you download the demo, you can definitely do things on your own pace. So that must be Everest there, I believe. And we may be going there to the left, possibly. Well, regardless, we're pretty damn close. I assume all the business would be taking place here within this area. Would just be, this would be the standard base camp, and then everybody going different directions based on which they like to climb. Climb crevasses and climbing walls. All right, well, now that we know the basics, things should be a little bit faster and have their own unique challenges. So that's why we were told firstly about the inventory. So we got to get across this gap. So let's go ahead and whip out the old ladder here. Find a nice flat spot to place it. I'd say this would be pretty good, but it does need to be green. Well, that's laying flat there, but both sides need to be rather balanced. Well, the ladder's really not being cooperative. I don't think jumping this would be very safe. But if it's not going to cooperate, let's give that a try. Let's try to jump here to a lower section. Well, there we go. Well, not a good idea. I would have rather just quickly deployed the ladder and picked it up, but oh well. Alright, so let's continue to climb. Of course, every jump increases our risk because it lowers our stamina. And is just generally risky overall. They do a good job of bringing the immersion of the mountains here, though. Obviously, there's not much in terms of trees and landscape other than ice, snow, and rocks. So it makes sense. Alright, we might be able to do some climbing here. Indeed we are. And this will probably be our standard climbing without the picks, yep. So we'll go ahead and make our way to the right. And see how that goes. Now, we are not able to use a bar at this point either, so we're not able to eat any sort of snacks or whatnot. That's a little harder to hold on to. Ooh. And we're not able... Looks like we probably should have went to the right here. But changing now will be more risky. This is a small section there we don't have to pass through. I'm not too worried about that. I wonder if this will change every time, though, for varying playthroughs. You can see it taking a bigger hit to our stamina and whatnot, but that's why we brought a candy bar along. That's why you bring an energy bar, folks. And one more climb after this should bring us right up to the top. So right here, once we get up to the top there, it should allow us to end our climb. Right up along the top of the rocks there. Excellent. Well, we made it. All right. Lessons learned and calories burned. Let's keep on trucking. It looks like we have ourselves a giant gap here. There could be an Old Navy around somewhere. I'd certainly love to find a food court and hit up Steak Escape if I could, but I don't think we'll find one of those up here, so we'll have to make do. Could be an area here to pass with the ladder finally. I ain't jumping this one, so don't even try. Yep, that's a good spot right there. That is incredibly dangerous, though, that ladder like that. At least it certainly feels like it. Alright, now we need to go up this way. So the less climbing we do and the longer route we take by walking will save ourselves quite a bit of stamina. Let's see if we can get across here. I wonder if we could put the ladder at an angle. Well, we certainly... Okay, we can put it across, dig it into the other side, and then climb the edge of the rock. That's definitely an option. Stamina's getting a little low. Yeah. Hold on, sir. Have yourself a little energy bar there. There you go. Wow, I can't believe we were able to just walk up like that. We do need to bring the ladder with. I was hoping that we'd be able to stay on the edge of the cliff there, but I guess not. Okay, so yeah, the ladder was definitely directly below us. Although I was hoping we could find a way around that. Actually, is this a cheat way here? Oh, well, forget all that. Okay. Well, for those of you moaning about my fall, look at that. We just went around the edge. Okay. Well, that'll have to be patched out. That's way too easy. So no need to worry about that anymore, about the ladder. And then here, our arch nemesis. I wonder if we could actually somehow manage to bridge this gap and then utilize the ice picks in order to get across. Like, for example, to stand on the other side, climb that, and then somehow get the ladder. Would also be interesting if we could just attach the ladder with ropes. But there you go. Well, lessons learned and calories burned. Let's continue. Alright, so this is probably going to be a little ice pick climbing section. Let's see where we can hook up at. Or just a standard climb. We may also be able to put an ice screw in there and pull ourselves up, but I want to see if there's another way around. It would be cool if there were alternative routes to get around all this, but I think we need to go that way. Despite that, I kind of want to just take a look a little bit around our area to see if there's some sort of a bypass. I'm sure the devs have tested this out, so it's not that easy, but okay, well. Regardless, looks like there's alternative routes. This seems to be a correct way to go. Which is nice, because if you feel like taking a large risk and saving time, you can do that. Otherwise, feel free to, you can make a beeline straight for the peak, the routes that you know the most, or take a detour and challenge yourself. Let's put that backpack back in our bag, too. There we go. Alright. Well, the sun will be going down shortly. We've only got a little bit more time of daylight. Wow, that is amazing up there. Well, I don't think there's much of a way around this one. Okay, well, we won't be able to climb there. And these peaks here are going to be a little bit too much for us to climb. So let's go ahead and use our ice screws now. Backpack is blocked because you're on ice. Oh, really? I'll have to take that out beforehand. That's an interesting mechanic. And we'll have to prepare and have that on us before we go up there. Interesting. Well, it certainly doesn't sound like we're on ice, but the sliding would definitely confirm that we are. Alright, let's give that a shot. Try our ice screw this time. We need to find something that's 30-degree climb. Certainly taking a lot of energy. I feel this is a good area, though. Let's see if we can slide down into it. Or not. I wish we could, like, lay down and use our picks, but it doesn't... He's putting it in the wrong spot. Wait, oh. Wait, where'd the equipment go? Well, he did put it into the ground, didn't he? I think he placed it under the ground somehow, so that may have glitched out. Yeah, I don't see an extra one on us. We'll have another energy bar, though, to get those numbers up. There, that's much more manageable. What? Well, I guess I don't understand how a rope behind us helps us to climb up. But, well, that's not ice, that's snow. There we go. Well, we made it to camp number 2. Every step is a learning experience. Let's place our tent. Drag the tent icon from the inventory into the free slot. Okay. Hopefully we don't need another one of those little thingies for next time. Alright, let's place that here. Press F to enter. Ooh, nice and cozy. Select the stove from the bottom bar and put it on the ground. Okay, so we can actually set up our camp. Nice. Let's get the stove into the inventory. We'll probably need that pot. So place the stove down. That's cool. And the pot. Now let's grab some soup. Hey, very nice. Oh yeah, sprinkle a little in there, Chief. Grab some good victuals there. Oh, that's going to make that stamina skyrocket. Beautiful. Sleep is very important. Okay. Let's go ahead and take this apart then. And let's go ahead and throw down the old sleeping mat. I do like how we have to manage the cleaning up, though. That's a pretty important part that you wouldn't imagine being so important. I'm not sure how to get that back in the inventory, but let's go ahead and put 1 and 2 down. Oh, right there. That seems a little too large for this section. Okay, there we go. Wow, they look like they're in an alien cocoon. That looks crazy. Okay, can we put the pot back in there? Looks like we have an area to set up another camp. I would like to tuck this in a little bit more and organize things into the middle. We will need to bring the tent back, so we'll worry about this maybe when we pack up tomorrow. So let's go ahead and sleep today. And we'll go to sleep until then. Oh, we have our headlamp then. Headlamp's turned on with the R button. Luckily it's daytime though. Jeez, that is bright though. Woo! Okay, let's pick up the sleeping bag, the mat, which keeps us off the cold ground. And there's nothing else here, so let's go ahead and exit. Take down the tent. And pack up our bag. Isn't that amazing how all that stuff fits in there? I'm not surprised. I assumed that there was going to be a multiple person group. This would be a fantastic multiplayer game if the distances were incredibly long and there was a lot of actual climbing and anchoring yourself and whatnot. Not just the, you know, holding W walking simulator, but really planning out the route and making it an important area to travel. I'm left or right clicking here, but those, I guess, will remain in the hotbar. Okay, let's make ourselves ready for the rocky traverse. Now, hopefully we don't need another one of those screws. We could definitely collect those on the way back, but there's really no way to get one of those on the way back down. Because there is no way back down. Alright, up we go. And so we have a few more bars ready to go. We get up there? There we go. Oh, some areas it doesn't seem like you can climb, and then yet you're able to do it. Oh. Well, we have 500 stamina, and I was actually about to take our, wait, where are we now? Wait, did it teleport me to the top? Alright, speed strats. I was actually about to eat a candy bar, but okay. Oh, what the hell is this? Wow. Oh, we're at high exposure now. Okay, so when we get to a certain point, we're not allowed to eat any more candy bars, I guess. Alright, we should be nearing the end of our trek. Our stamina's going to hit 0 here, though. But due to the game's rules, I can't reach into my backpack just to eat a candy bar. So I think we're stun locked for needing to eat, though we had a great meal and a wonderful night's sleep. I think we're meant to take this maybe at the nighttime, but I don't know, man. A long rest after a meal? Not bad. Well, we'll just go ahead and assume that every time he needs to reset stamina, it's more like we were allowed to eat one of our candy bars. Probably not a great idea to open your mouth up here, but it's fine. Camp before summit push. I'm assuming we go down here. Well, not that far. That's death. If only I had that extra screw. This is what I was predicting here, that we would fall down there. That's more like it. Well, it's working more like it would in real life and less of what it would look like in a game. I'm just trying to balance on these rocky edges here and stay off the ice. Animations for falling are a little funny. So we need, yeah, we need our screw. So actually, oh, we actually lose time. We're too exposed, though. We would have to have those in our hand. That's hilarious. So the question is... Oh, now it's daytime. The question is, if we got up this high, we would have to go back down the mountain because we wouldn't be able to reach into our backpack to grab any of the screws or whatnot. We would have to equip them here. Never mind. Alright, we need to make it across there. The summit is all the way up at the top of the cliff in front of us. Look at that beautiful ice, though. You can actually see like the reflection of our hand off that. That's cool. So what it seems to me too is that the that little ice screw doesn't really do... Oh, that's ridiculous. Doesn't really do anything for us in terms of... It just seems to reduce or remove a negative effect of slipping on the ice. So I think because we put that into the ice earlier, we won't be able to climb much further. There's other negative effects here now too, like for example, we're on ice, it's cloudy, our backpack is overloaded and unbalanced. So we'd have to like go back too. So there might be a way across if we balance that. But it seems... Oh yeah, seems like things have moved over that way. That's really cool that it takes that into account, though, that the heavy weight towards the top is actually throwing off our balance that way, too. So that's really cool that everything like that has to be taken into account for your ascent. And I hope that they actually prepare to do a descent as well. I think climbing the mountain, in my opinion, would be easier than coming down. Is that not the case? I mean, I guess at the, you know, you'd probably be on a mental high on the way down that you made it to the top, especially of a mount such as Mount Everest. That'd be pretty impressive, actually. Think about all the clout you could get on Instagram and on the TikToks. Oh, and the YouTube Shorts. Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh, you'd get like 700 million views one day, and then everyone would forget your name the next. We'll try one more time. If we don't get it, we'll just chalk it up to experience for the unfortunate placing, the misplacement and inability to recollect our little screw on the way down, but we should be able to walk that, it looks like. I wouldn't say that this area here is more than 30 degrees right here on this rock. The idea would be to just walk across the edge, and it looks like we'd be able to make it just before that section there. And then the camp before the summit push would be a nap, and then pretty much right up to the top. If we take a look at the map, let's see if we can actually map this out here, if there's a section to look at. I'd like to actually see that. Oh, wow, the battery actually... Wow, we only had that on for like 5 minutes, and it was only down to 95%. Only had that on for just a little bit. Maybe it actually runs out throughout the daytime, too. Batteries constantly being used. Let's take a look at the map. Right, so back here at the map, we see Manaslu. We were probably... Well, we took our first camp at Area B, and so Area C would be the last convenient place to camp. So as we circled back around, right across the ice, somewhere around here at Area 5, a large, sharp, very dangerous climb up the ridge. Could be one of these two areas here, and or Area 4, back down and then around. So yeah, there's definitely some really tough terrain there. And then Area 7 is our ice wall, with Area 8 being finally the summit there. So we got pretty much to an ice wall, and then a camp, and then a climb, and then the summit. But I would like to see what you could do in this game, as it's available now for free. So if you'd like to download our lovely little video here today on Climber, Sky is the Limit, make sure you check it out on Steam. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I got some other things to do. We're just simply out of time. But I like this one, and I'd like to come back. I see some flaws here, but honestly, I think I would have a lot of fun in doing all sorts of different types of dangerous treks with different types of cargo and different types of perhaps being a Sherpa and transporting people and making money that way. There's potential for a hell of a business here. And with games like Lawnmower Simulator and Gas Station Simulator and Power Wash Simulator being out there, there's nothing that would stop a great game like Climber Sky's the Limit to being a next best little adventure game, especially since there's so much realism in there and a lot of learning. I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you soon. Thanks again for liking today's video. You guys are awesome. Have a good one. We'll see you soon.